All right, welcome back, guys. You know what time of the week it is. It's the time for the Week 8 game picks, Week 9 game picks. You know what I'm saying? Wednesdays, we got it coming. We got it coming. We just about the halfway point through the season. It's about to turn up. Quick notice from last week, I went 10-6. There was no bye weeks last week. 10 wins, 6 losses. Some of the losses here were Saints. I had Colts over Saints. Saints beat the Colts. I had the Panthers losing to the Texans. Panthers got their first win of the season. And then Bengals beat the Niners. And then we also had the Broncos beating the Chiefs, breaking a 16-game losing streak to the Kansas City Chiefs. Also, I had the Jaguars beat the Steelers, and they're now on their bye week. So quite some nice games, quite some nice surprises, too. It's always nice with surprises. We never know what's going to happen on Sundays. That brings my total overall record to 70-52. I hit 70. My goal was to hit 70 before I got to 50 losses, but it's all good. Let's try to get 80 before I hit 60 losses. So without further ado, let's get Week 9 looked at, and let's get those game picks in. Yeah. Those game picks. Let's get those game picks. All right, guys, real quick. Bye weeks for Week 9. We have 4 teams: the Detroit Lions, San Francisco 49ers, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Denver Broncos. All of these teams entering their bye on a win besides the 49ers. So quick little note there. Most of these teams heading into the bye on a happy note. So first game of the week is a Thursday Night Football, Titans at Steelers. Steelers just hosted the Jaguars. They lost that game. The Titans at the Steelers. I don't think the Titans will start Will Levis. He won his first career start. I had the Titans losing last week to the Falcons, but they actually won. Will Levis' first career start through his first 3 career TDs to my boy D-Hop. I'm happy he did that. This time he's going up going into Heinz Field late at night, where the terrible towels will be going crazy, loud noise. Steelers, though, looking to stay ahead in the AFC North. They need to win. The AFC is loaded. The Titans here want to win themselves. I mean, they're not counting themselves out. But in this game, it's going to be a matchup between quarterbacks, and then a rookie quarterback with the Titans facing off a veteran defense in the Steelers. So I think I don't think he can. I don't think that's going to be a good matchup in the end. I don't think the quarterback situation. I know Kenny Pickett has injured ribs, and this is a short week, so I think they'll be starting Mitchell Trubisky. You also have a matchup, DeAndre Hopkins on Joey Porter Jr., so I'm really excited to see that. But my score prediction here is Steelers win at home 20-17 over the Tennessee Titans. And then to a Frankfurt game overseas. Let's fly the plane real quick. Dolphins at Chiefs. And at Chiefs, the Chiefs says that they're home, but they're not really in Arrowhead. If anything, they're further away. The Dolphins are closer to Germany than Kansas City, Missouri would be. So that's why I'm picking the Dolphins in this matchup. Not much to say. One of the two favorite teams in the AFC going against each other here. I think it'll be an interesting matchup between the Chiefs pass rushers and how the Dolphins can protect Tua. And if the Dolphins running game can get going against Kansas City, I think Kansas City will have problems. And I could see now that Jalen Ramsey's come back for the Dolphins as well, I could see him getting a turnover maybe from Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes needs to bounce back, and I expect him to, but he can't do it all on his own. So this could be an exciting shootout because you don't want to count out the Chiefs either. So I got the Dolphins winning here at the Chiefs 37-35. A lot of points in that one. Vikings at Falcons. Vikings, Kirk Cousins official, tore his Achilles. He's out for the year. They just traded for Josh Dobbs, who has been playing for the Arizona Cardinals. So he's got to learn a whole new system in the span of a week. The Falcons supposedly didn't bench Desmond Ridder. He got injured, but they were announced on social media half a day ago that Taylor Heineke is going to be starting. So Heineke's first start at home, I think, is a successful one for the Falcons. They're currently leading the NFC South. They need to go ahead and take care of business here with the Vikings. They're 4-4. They started bad. You don't want to give them no hope to try to catch up to that wild card spot. Go ahead and handle this team. The Vikings will have momentum, and their defense have been playing a lot better. But I don't see the Falcons discombobulating this up. They're gonna use their weapons. Drake London's questionable, but I think he'll still play. So I got the Falcons winning here big, 31-14 over the Vikings at home. Bears at the Saints. Another NFC South versus NFC North opponents. Bears at Saints. The Bears are still without Justin Fields. They traded away, they actually traded for Montez Sweat. So they trying to bolster their pass rush. I think they might get after the quarterback here. But offensively, Tyson Bagent, their rookie quarterback now, needs some. It's not going to be easy. He's going to see a Saints front, which is top 10 in the league, and they're at home. So that's going to be a tough matchup. Therefore, I see the Saints more like managing this game, not turning the ball over, run Taysom Hill, run Alvin Kamara, take care of the ball. Saints need to win and stay ahead with the Falcons in the NFC South race. So I got the Saints beating the Bears here 27-10 in New Orleans. So I got the Commanders at Patriots. So the Eagles went at New England and played them pretty tough, winning 25-20. The Commanders now coming off of another loss to the Eagles. Matchup here kind of favors the Patriots because they lost to a division opponent last week. They saw a high-powered offense, and now this Eric Bieniemy-led team is not bad. But Sam Howell's decision making hasn't been the best, and he's thrown a lot of passes. They haven't gotten much of a running game going. And if the Patriots are smart, they watch film and see that every team is taking advantage of the Commanders' young and undersized secondary. So for that reason, the Patriots probably should come out with a game plan similar to that. Run, pass, use their matchups. They have big tight ends. Get the tight ends out there. Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki. So I honestly, this is a weird game, but I'm predicting it in a weird way. So I got the Patriots over the Commanders at home, 33-28, where most of the Commanders' points are going to come in the second half, I believe. All right, Seahawks at the Ravens. Big matchup here. Seahawks on the road, very good at home, still trying to find some consistency in their offense. They have a great 1-2 punch in their backfield, but this Ravens defense is no joke. This is a top 5 unit in the whole league. Stopping the run, linebackers, pass rush. They very good secondary. Offense is rolling. Just Lamar Jackson is continuing to succeed throwing the ball from the pocket. So, and this is gonna be a good test because the Seahawks defense the Seahawks defense has been getting after quarterbacks, forcing fumbles, getting turnovers. So this is gonna be a very good match. It'll probably be the game to watch, other than the Dolphins Chiefs, and later there's another game too. For this one, not much to say besides the team that has the ball last is gonna maintain. I think it's more of a field position game here. Defense, and which team can control the ground game. I think that's going to be the Ravens. So I think they prevail here at home over the Seahawks, 20-14. So now we have the Bucs at the Texans. Buccaneers lost their last three games. The Texans, I'm surprised they lost to the Panthers. I think DeMeco Ryans is doing a good job with his team, moving them in the direction they're going. I think they beat the Buccaneers here. The Bucs have a non-existent running game, and if the connection between Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield is not connecting, more so than the Godwin Mayfield connection, I don't see them scoring enough points on offense. Simply, I think their defense is still very good. Veterans, Antoine Winfield Jr. has been playing at an all-pro level. I think he'll have a good game. Maybe he'll get a forced turnover or maybe an interception, but they can't win it by themselves. And without the defense scoring, we saw the other week, Monday Night Football, the Lions gave the ball to the Raiders. They had 3 turnovers and still won by 12 points because the Raiders offense couldn't do anything with these turnovers. The Raiders defense scored 1 touchdown out of the 3 turnovers, but not all of them. And that's the only way they could have won because their offense didn't generate no points from it. So this game's similar. I see the Texans winning here at home over the Buccaneers, 28-7. Sorry, 28-16. Cardinals at the Browns. The update: Kyler Murray probably won't start. Clayton Tune, a draft pick from Houston, quarterback from Houston. They're going to start him, I think. And he's going up against the Cleveland Browns. Actually, the best defense when it comes to, maybe a little bit off now by points allowed because that one game to Indy, but they're also like I talked about the Ravens. These AFC North defenses are literally top 5. And they play a different level of defense. And the Browns are at home here. don't obviously they are also they have injuries at their quarterback position, but the Browns are not going to fool around. They're going to handle business. Defense is going to shut down the Cardinals, and I got the Browns winning here at home, 30-7. All right, we got the Colts at the Panthers. The Panthers at home, Colts on the road. Colts have played a lot of close games. Gardner Minshew threw for a lot of yards last week, but in a loss to the Saints. They were at home. Now they're on the road. The Panthers. I think the Panthers are gonna. This is Frank Reich. Frank Reich is the coach for the Panthers. He used to coach the Colts. So for that reason, I think this is going to be a feel-good game for him, where he is able to beat his former team, and he's going to be the proudest person at the end of the first stretch of games on Sundays. He's going to be one of you'll see the joy in his face, I believe. And I think Bryce Young will benefit also from having back-to-back wins as a starting quarterback for the first time in his career to elevate him. So I see them beating the Colts here 23-20 at home with a good defensive effort and more consistent, better movement of the ball on offense. They need to give Chuba Hubbard some more carries, I think. He's one of their more explosive players. So Panthers. Giants at the Raiders. Raiders just fired their general manager and their head coach, Josh McDaniels. So, and their interim head coach is Antonio Pierce. I remember Mr. Pierce, middle linebacker, number 58 for the New York Giants. I've seen him play a lot of games against my Cowboys, against other opponents as well. So I think they'll play for Coach Pierce. And coming back to Las Vegas now, with that lifted off their shoulder, a lot of questions about why they even hired McDaniels last year. Got rid of Derek Carr and now Jimmy Garoppolo, which Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to play. It'll be probably most likely Aiden O'Connell that plays this game against the Giants, who are also facing injuries. And they don't have Tyrod Taylor or Daniel Jones active. Danny DeVito, I think, is their quarterback. And Saquon Barkley carried the ball 36 times. So if the Raiders can contain, I know that Jahmyr Gibbs ran the ball hard on the Raiders and for over 150 yards on Monday night. But if they can contain Barkley and not let him get more than 4 yards to carry, they'll have a chance here. And I see this being a nip-tuck game. So I think the Raiders prevail here. Like great Al Davis said, just win, baby. So I think they just win here and bury their organizational change of this week. They put it behind them and start moving forward. So I think the Raiders win here 21-17 over the New York Giants in Las Vegas. Now we got my upset alert of the week. Upset alert of the week. We got the Cowboys at the Eagles. And the reason I'm saying this is an upset alert of the week is because number 4, Dak Prescott, has in his career had great success against the Eagles, regardless of who was on their offense or defense. And the Eagles have made some trades. They traded for Kevin Byard, defensive back who formerly played for the Titans. They got him on the team. They're currently 7-1. They beat the Commanders twice in the division, beat the Pats, and they beat the Rams and the Vikings. They have some more wins, obviously, but other ones off the top of my head. Very competitive team, very efficient, smart quarterback, offensive line, top tier in the league, and defensive line on the flip side. I mean, it's the entire Georgia Bulldogs roster, college roster, now turned into an NFL roster. But they're still very young, a majority. Nakobe Dean was just starting to come into his own, and he was drafted last year as an injured prospect because he didn't fully play all of his rookie year. But he was making plays and tackles, so they're still coming into their own, and some younger, some older. But I'm confident in the Cowboys' game plan here. Come in, control the clock, convert third downs, and I think they're going to score in their red zone trips because they've done this before. I mean, they split the games last year with Philadelphia, and when they played at Philadelphia, they played with their backup quarterback. And then this is no excuse, but they managed to rally and potentially come back and tie the game with their backup quarterback. So it doesn't mean that anything can happen, obviously. And I'm excited for this game. This is going to be I'm excited for this game because this is Dak coming back to Philadelphia. And last time he was in Philadelphia, he scored 50 points. He led an offense that scored 50 points that game. So I'm gonna let it stay at that. And if anything, I'm favoring them. I expect both defenses to play tough and special teams. In my book, the Cowboys have the best special teams in the NFL right now. So the Eagles have a job to just match it because obviously the the Cowboys aren't perfect without the penalties, but if you commit more penalties on special teams than Dallas does, penalties on special teams, that's an opening, a window of opportunity that the Dallas Cowboys special teams will definitely exploit, and I like my chances when they do. Kevontae Turpin, tremendous returner. He'll be an X factor because he's an X factor on offense as well. So this could be a great matchup. I can't wait to see Deron Bland on A.J. Brown, Stephon Gilmore on potentially A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, and Deron Bland, like I said, CeeDee Lamb against Darius Slay. And obviously CeeDee Lamb's going to get put everywhere a little bit here, backfield in the parts of the formation. I love what they're doing. Either way, I think this could be a good matchup. These teams match up against each other well, and I'm excited to see the product. But I got the Cowboys winning here 29-28 on the road to Philadelphia. All right, Sunday Night Football, Bills at Bengals. Finally playing here in the regular season, the Bills and the Bengals are. Another good game. A lot of good matchups here this week. Bengals at home, coming off of a win last week on the road against 49ers team. Bruised up and battered, but still a win. A win is a win in this league. I think they come home with the host in Buffalo. Buffalo just traded for Rasul Douglas. Obviously, they lost Tre'Davious White early in the season for the rest of the season. And combine that with Jordan Poyer, Teron Johnson, and Micah Hyde, they have a pretty good secondary. Matt Milano's injured, but Matt Epinesa has been stepping up. And Von Miller's still getting back into form. Ed Oliver making plays. This is a pretty wholesome Bills defense. But don't count on the Bengals defense. And they're also in that great division where they play some different level of defense in the AFC North. And for that reason, I think they're I think they're a tougher, more physical team than Buffalo, although Buffalo has Super Bowl aspirations. Expect a gritty game here. I'm excited for this one. The team that commits the least turnovers, I think, has the edge. And penalties as well, but mainly turnovers. So I got the home team favored here. The Bengals over the Bills, 31-25. It's going to be a good matchup between two AFC playoff teams that are likely going to go against each other, and two great quarterbacks. And final game of the week on Monday Night Football, the Chargers visit New York. The Jets. The Chargers here won last week. They're kind of also teetering. Their first round draft pick isn't working out as well. Still hasn't caught a receiving touchdown on the season. Quentin Johnston from TCU. And Justin Herbert's been getting beat up. They protect him well, but not without a running attack. And Herbert dropping back more and attempting more than 40 passes can certainly put some hits and hurries and hits on your quarterback. So and this Jets defense is relentless. Minus passing yards for the game for the Giants. That the Jets beat them last week. Ugly win, of course, but the Jets defense, that's what they do. They're probably going to keep you from scoring 17 to 20 points. So the Chargers here have a big task. I think they can do it, but they certainly aren't going to get there easily. So we'll see how this goes. But I got this game going to overtime, and there's just something about the Jets and their weird way of winning games because they're now over 500. I think they're going to keep extending, keeping up in that AFC East division. That's one of the greatest division, borderline with the AFC North and the AFC right now, I would say. So overtime here, Chargers lose another close game where I think they're mostly in control of the game, and then the Jets just certainly take the momentum and run with it. I think the Jets are going to win here in overtime, 26-20, touchdown being the walk-off. And that's week 9, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of great games. We'll see how the scores comes out. I'm excited, mainly excited for my Cowboys to play the Eagles, and just for everyone to stay healthy. It's getting a little cooler outside. Stay warm. Make sure you guys are eating right. Tell your loved ones you love them, and remember that those players out there got families and kids too. I love you guys. Like and subscribe. Love you. Peace. Enjoy.